Hey guys, this is Andrew at ThinkAside. I just wanted to make a quick video. I've seen a lot of stuff, and this has been going on for the past year or so, and I wasn't even aware of it until recently. But there's been a lot of videos about cryptocurrency and all these altcoins that people are able to get times 1,000, times, crazy amounts to the moon, they say. And though this is possible, more often than not, it isn't going to happen. It's like winning the lottery effectively with these coins and altcoins in general. And I wanted to briefly talk about Bitcoin and how Bitcoin is the apex asset, right? With cryptocurrency, it was the first. It is what started all blockchain in general. And it's interesting, like with a lot of the Bitcoin stuff in general, like it's whether you trust it or not and all these things, but at the end of the day, it is the coin that has proven to continue to go up and to continue to go up the most over time, right? Of course, a lot of these go up, shoot up 1,000%, but then they stop, and then they kind of, and a lot of them, 90, I think it's like 99% of them will go to zero. We've seen this in the last market from what I've seen. A lot of those coins, we don't even recognize them from this bull run. And that's because all these coins, all these projects, they fizzle out because people start to sell when the bull cycle gets to the end of it, which is, we're reaching the end of that bull cycle. And so what happens then is people are selling these coins, of course, and then there's no money in it because they're liquidating their asset. And so they drop to zero. This happens with a lot of different cryptocurrencies. Some of the safe ones I can't even, I would say Bitcoin is one of the safest. It is still a risk, of course. It is still highly volatile, but that's because of its age. It's how young it is in this overall cycle. So it's been around for what, a little over 10 years now, and so it's still very young in the scheme of things. But it's outpaced any other asset. It's outpaced gold, and so uh, there's a few channels that talk on this and talk on how most altcoins aren't really worth your time, especially this late in the game. Like at one point at the beginning, they were worthwhile. You could make a bunch of money at the beginning, but being that it's so late in the cycle, just please be wary of all these YouTube videos telling you that you're going to make 100 times your money and by the end of 2022 and stuff like that, because it's not likely. It's just not likely. And I'm not saying don't have some fun and don't speculate. Like by all means, I don't care what you do, but just please be careful. And that's advice that I've heard repeatedly from the channels that I follow, specifically James from Invest Answers, one of the top, I would say one of the top voices for blockchain and investing in general on YouTube. He is top notch. So yeah, I just wanted to touch a little bit on that and how Bitcoin apex asset. If you want to get a big return on your money and you're willing to wait some time, then just put your money into Bitcoin. That's not investment advice, of course. I'm not authorized to do that. I don't have any real experience with this other than my personal experience. But this is just me seeing for what it is and hearing what I hear, and then trying to help get that word out. That's all I'm doing, is I'm trying to relay the message to you guys, to anyone listening or watching, because I think it's important that we keep that future mindset so we can achieve the freedom that we want, the money that we want, but just have a little patience. You know what I mean? Like even if you put a little bit of money into Bitcoin now, you could see that return in 10 years from now. It just won't be immediate, but it'll be worth it because it's far less scary. I guess is the best way to put it. It's not as risky. But, at the end of the day, we all do what we're going to do, and I'm not trying to tell you to do otherwise. All I'm trying to do is inform you and to kind of give you another perspective against what the current mainstream influencers, whatever you want to call them, are talking about, which is just, yeah, you put money into this altcoin because it's going to go to 1000% by 2 months from now, and I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't. It's not worth it unless you're speculating. That's one thing, but putting your money in to hope for freedom and sinking everything into it, I wouldn't do it. That's not investment advice, but